Welcome to the video. ABC for urban self-sufficiency. And I'm going to show you 4 and possibly even 5 if we put the bonus tip at the end of the ABC method of growing more food at home and becoming self-sufficient. And the best thing is you can do this in any space. It just depends on how you want to scale it up. This works from small space depending on your place of where you are. It works in any climate, and it is something that I have been teaching farmers and other gardeners for years now, and I developed this system around about 4 years ago. Now, the ABC of self-sufficiency works in this way. We must start with the A first so we can get food on our plate really quickly. And when we follow this system, we can have food for life. And if you're just a small space gardener, you can also have a lot of food coming out onto your kitchen plate. And I'm sure that sounds pretty good because you can get around about 15 to 20% of your food, if you follow this method, within a few weeks to a month, and then 3 weeks, even more, and within, just come through the gate there, within 3 months, you could have up to 35% of the food on your kitchen plate. If you take it even further, it just goes up to 50, 60, 70, and even possibly 90 if you decide to take the last option, which is the bonus one. You've got to stay right to the end to watch that. Now, the first one, A, so I haven't got an A symbol that I can put here, but the first one, A, is your microgreens or your sprouts. Now, the reason being for that is you can get highly nutritious food on your plate fast, and you can do that from anywhere from, some of them, if you're in a really good climate, 7 to 10 days and to 2 weeks. Generally, that is the turnaround for radish, sunflowers, pea sprouts, things like that. Now, the B crop. Now, I don't have any microgreens growing, but I do have microgreens videos. If you go to my channel and type in microgreens, and there's just literally heaps of them because I used to be a microgreens farmer, did it for a living, micro farmer, which I still am. But we don't do microgreens anymore to sell. But we do baby leaf, which is a B crop. And what we're looking at here is a baby leaf lettuce. This is what they call all year. And these are around about 3 weeks old, and I will soon be harvesting out of this box, eating the small baby leaves within a couple of weeks, and then picking out plants to keep growing on into a C crop. And so our baby leaves here are still some herbs and things that we can use. These are little spring onions, and you can also use like baby leaf basil, and these are just going into mature now because they're starting to get some flowers on them. So your B crops, you can get them up, you can have them eating them within about 3 weeks, and then they will turn into your C crops because you're planting them, mass planting them, and then picking out the ones, so the annuals that will keep on growing and feeding you right through your grow period. And these can be anything from tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, which we're going to show you as we head out into the backyard. We're in the front yard, my other little paradise at the moment. If you have a look around here, sweet potato, things like that. Now, a sweet potato would fall into actually a crop that's further on down the line because it is a perennial, and we've got potatoes in pots over here, which would fall into really sort of a D or an E crop. A C crop, because they're really just an annual. And we've got a bit of a problem here. We've got the 12 spotted lady beetle, which I'm going to kill right there and then growing like on our plants, and they are a problem. All right, let's get back into it. And so we've covered A, microgreens and sprouts. B, baby leaf. C are your annuals, so that would fall into potatoes, things like that. We're going to move around to the front. Now, sweet potato falls into a perennial, which we're going to talk about in a little bit down the line. A really, really great plant to grow because you can eat the leaves, you can eat like the long vine parts, and you obviously you get the potatoes as well. But we're moving down to have a look at the annuals garden now. And we've got what I call my no-dig bale garden. If you've been watching my content, you would know that it's absolutely pumping. It's a chaos type garden, and it's just mass planted, and it's doing extremely, extremely well with things like zucchinis, cucumbers. We've got flowers in here, marigolds, to help bring in beneficial insects. We've got snake beans ready to climb up. Basil in the center, which is nearly a year old now, and lots of things sort of happening around here. Peas, tomatoes at the back here. We've got a climbing choco, which falls into the perennials, which we'll talk about in a little while. And then we have raised beds, which have tomatoes, leafy greens, annuals in them, and things like that. And so this is what we have growing on. And so these are all, you know what these are? What are the annual crop? Let me know in the comments box down below. Is it an A? Is it a B? Is it a C? The annual crop is a C, guys. And we've got things in here, which is be a D crop, which is a perennial, which is a herb. But this is pretty much nearly all C crops. Now, biannual plants, which grow for 2 or 3 years or 4 years or more, really fit into what we call our D crops. Now, our D crops are our bread and butter, and these are the ones that we want to get in earlier than we think. The reason being is because they can take anywhere from 1 year. It's actually, well, choco is only 6 months, which I love it. That's an amazing survival plant. But fruit trees can generally take around 3 years. Now, my ones here, they were purchased, they were about a year old. They were put in the ground, and this big lime tree here, which is about 13 feet tall, and it's producing lots and lots of fresh fruit, as you can see, has only been in the ground for 2 years. And I produced a video just recently about how to start your own food forest, your own self-sufficiency garden, and it's a full course of just walking around the garden teaching you everything I know in around about half an hour. You may need to check that out so you can take this, what I'm talking about, even further. Now, your D crops, your fruit trees, if you get them in earlier, within about 2 to 3 years, you will have fruit depending on your climate and the varieties and things that you're growing. I've got a mandarin here. We've already done 1 harvest off this. It's been in the ground 2 years. The first year, we did not harvest from them. We picked the flowers off, we picked the little fruits off, and then we did some special type of biodynamic systems to make them grow like this. And if you want to see that in a video, let me know in the comments box down below, or give me heaps and heaps of thumbs up. Say, yep, I thumbs up that, Marty, and I've left the comment. Want to see how you're doing these amazing systems for growing fruit trees at home to become more self-sufficient. So one thing I'm going to do is show you right over here now is using this same system I did with the fruit trees. This is a mulberry. Look at that. He has been only in the ground 1.5 years, guys. I kid you not. I've only been in this property for 27 months, and we only planted this last season. And look, it's got a choco growing up it. And that's going to support, this is a part of my food forest that runs right down the fence and to the back of the chicken pen. Now, I promised that I would give you the E. So we need protein, right? So beans are absolutely brilliant when it comes to protein, things like that. We've got our snake beans here. They're growing right up here, but we've got something else that's really, really important that we can show you as we keep moving forward. Because there's lots of content online about growing beans, and snake beans are unreal in the heat of the weather, right? But what we've got here is chickens. Chicken power. This is a highline type chicken. She stuck mine in the net. I don't know why she's gone behind there. These girls are trying to eat now at the moment. We'll just come over with an overview shot, show you our highline chickens. Look at Chicky, chick, 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 Chicky, chick, 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 chickies. These are our highline chickens. That's Red, I think. Yeah, look, hey, Red, how are you? So, we're getting eggs for protein. Now, we feed them a high quality feed, and about 50% of our scraps and things and stuff that's growing around the garden, we feed them as well to keep them really happy and healthy. Now, another egg that we're doing, and you can also eat these for meat, and my wife's saying maybe we should, but I don't know if I can. These are quail, guys. Quail. And these are Japanese Courtney's quail. You can get them, if you want to process them and breed them, they take about 2 months to get the full size and 2 months to be laying eggs. They're a beautiful little bird. They're very easy to take care of. We've just got them here at the end of the chicken coop here, and I absolutely love them. They're really cheap. They're really easy. Way easier to keep than chickens. They hardly ever escape. They want to hang around together. One got out into the other section through here the other day and just hanged on the edge of the net there until she got let back through. They eat little worms that have come out of my compost. She picked around there and ate the worms out of there. So if you've got spare compost worms and things like that, we'll just move through the dark jungle. And we'll talk about this, right? So let's recap. Microgreens and sprouts. Get them started, learn everything you can about microgreens. The best ones to grow, the easiest ones are radish, sunflower, pea sprouts are really easy. And there's a couple of others there that I like to do. And my bee crops, which I like to do for baby leaf, is like lettuce. Rocket is one of the fastest ones, so rocket arugula, absolutely brilliant. And so there are other ones like that, all your leafy greens that you can get going. Your sea crops, there's an amazing amount of annuals, depends on your season. Potatoes are a really good one. Now, I'm not putting the sweet potato in that because it's a perennial, but it does sort of sit on the edge of that category. And then we've got our D crops, which are our perennials. So choco, and a lot of people say they don't like it, but try it in a curry, guys. It is absolutely just insane. And another plant that I want to share with you is the kangkong. It just thrives through the summer months. It is a water spinach, and it just give it heat and it will just grow like crazy. And it's a perennial that you only have to plant once. It'll die back where I am here in the subtropics and sort of kick off again. As long as you feed it well, it grows on and on. So we've covered them all now. Pretty sure that's a lot of information to take in. Remember, I created a video just recently, and check it out on my channel, to do with creating a self-sufficient paradise here. There's a lot of information there to take in, but you'll dig it, you'll love it. And let me know if you're going to put the ABC method into action. And what I'll consider doing is creating this sort of like a course. So it'll be like a playlist where you can come back and you can watch all these videos in a row using the ABC method to create your self-sufficient urban paradise at your place, no matter what size your garden is. Mine's just under about 1/3 of an acre, and we haven't even used half of it. All right, have a great day. Happy gardening, and we'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now.